When it comes to their kids, Hollywood's toughest stars often show their weakest sides. If you look at Jason Momoa, the intimidating star of Aquaman and Game of Thrones, you might not believe that he is a very emotional father. Fans all over the world fell in love with new video footage of the actor's response to an important event in his daughter Lola Iolani's life. Momoa was crying after his daughter's sudden change, even though he looks like a tough guy and is very tall. Seeing how he reacted will show you why this moment made even the toughest hero really weak. When she was young, she raised a princess in Hollywood. Lola Iolani Momoa was born on July 23, 2007. She is the first child of Jason Momoa and actor Lisa Bonet. Her name has a lot of meaning. Iolani, which means royal hawk in Hawaiian and is a tribute to Jason's background, was chosen because of its beautiful melody. From the start, Jason handled being a dad with the same intensity he brings to his other roles. He quickly became both a guardian and a playmate. In contrast to many famous parents, Jason and Lisa chose to give their kids a normal childhood, even though they were famous. Their home in Topanga Canyon was a rustic getaway from the fame of Hollywood. It was full of animals, music, and things to do outside. In his posts on social media, Jason often showed glimpses of his perfect youth. Lola did traditional Hawaiian things like riding horses, climbing trees, and doing other things that were important to her father's culture. Lola started going to film sets with her dad when she was 5 years old. The crew noticed how different Jason was from how scared he was on screen compared to how gentle he was with his daughter. Lola would visit her father on set while Game of Thrones was filming. She wasn't scared at all when he looked like the scary Khal Drogo. These early experiences made Lola feel comfortable in the entertainment business and kept her from experiencing its more negative sides. Jason's approach to parenting became clear. He liked to be hands-on and focus on adventures. He taught Lola how to do things like rock climbing, skateboarding, and surfing that made her stronger and more confident. Jason said in an interview in 2017, "I'm raising a strong, confident young woman who respects nature and knows what she can do. That's the best present I can give her." The bond between the father and daughter grew stronger when they shared interests. Jason taught Lola how to play the guitar, and by the time she was 8, she was joining him in unplanned jam sessions that he would post online from time to time. Jason was happy that she was interested in art from a young age and pushed her to be creative without pushing her into the entertainment business. Lola was getting close to being a pre-teen, so Jason started changing his busy routine to spend more time with his growing daughter. He told Men's Health, "When she was younger, I could leave for months on location. I am now very aware of how fast time goes by. It feels like missing even a few weeks is like missing parts of her life." Lola's changes over the years. By 2018, when Lola turned 11, people started to notice changes in the relationship between the father and daughter. Lola stood tall and proud with her father at the Aquaman opening. She was no longer the shy child hiding behind her big frame. She showed off her growing personality by talking to reporters in a thoughtful way. Her poised growth surprised many people. During this time, Lola took her first steps toward independence, which Jason backed even though he wanted to protect her. He signed her up for self-defense classes and told Entertainment Tonight why he did it. "The world can be hard for young women. I want her to have the confidence and real skills to get through it." Lola showed intellectual curiosity beyond her years, so school became important to her. Jason was happy to hear that she was interested in marine biology, which was similar to his own work to protect the environment. They did beach cleanups and events to protect the ocean together. Jason encouraged Lola to talk at youth environmental forums. This shared interest brought them closer together and helped Lola find her own voice. They had to deal with new problems in their relationship when they were pre-teens. Jason's schedule got busier as more big brands needed him to be there. On the other hand, Lola started making friends and finding interests outside of her famous parents. During this time, Jason came up with creative ways for them to stay in touch even though they were far apart. "Every night we have a virtual movie night when I'm filming abroad." In a 2019 interview, Jason said that we watch the same movie and video chat at the same time. "It's how we share our experiences even when we're not together." These digital links weren't perfect, but they showed that Jason wanted to be there for Lola as she grew up. The COVID-19 pandemic gave the family extra time together, since Jason's projects had to be put on hold and Lola had to go to school from home. Jason later said that this time was like a surprise gift. They talked for months straight, which made their bond stronger before the rough teenage years. By the middle of 2020, Lola was getting close to her 13th birthday, and family and friends noticed that Jason was getting more emotional when she reached important stages in her life. His social media became a record of his mixed feelings of pride as he wrote about her accomplishments and thought about how he felt about her growing up. In a birthday message, he wrote, "Every parent says it goes too fast. They're right, and I'm not ready yet." Lola started to learn more about her mixed race background. Lola's parents, Lisa Bonet, who is African American and Jewish, and Jason, who is Native Hawaiian and European, gave her a rich cultural background that became more and more important to how she saw herself. Jason pushed her to learn more by adding traditional Hawaiian practices into their family life and exposing Lola to cultural events that helped her feel closer to her native roots. When Lola said she wanted to learn how to do the hula, Jason set up lessons with well-known culture experts. In a rare talk with his family, he said, "Knowing where you come from shapes where you're going. In every part of her background, I want her to be proud of what she is." At age 14, she gave an inspiring speech at a UN Youth Forum about ocean plastic pollution. She used personal experiences from beach cleanups with her father and answers from the point of view of her generation. Jason was clearly proud of Lola's growing activism, but he also stayed protective of her rising fame. He told reporters, "She has important things to say, but I'm still careful about how much she talks to the media." We deal with this balance every day. As is common in many father-daughter relationships, things got tense when they were young teens. Jason's need to protect Lola sometimes clashed with her desire for more independence. It got very heated when the subject of dating came up. During an honest moment in an interview in 2021, Jason said that he was having a hard time with this new phase, the idea of my daughter going on a date. "It's my fault that I didn't tell her I didn't agree with this. I'm still trying to understand how my little girl is feeling and going through those things right now." Even though he wanted to protect Lola, Jason worked hard to give her the freedom she needed. When she asked Jason if she could get temporary blue hair dye for her 14th birthday, he not only agreed, but he also dyed his hair the same color to show his support. This action, shown in family photos, showed how he tried to support her freedom of speech while keeping their relationship strong. By age 15, Lola started going to more business events with Jason. Their easygoing personalities and similar social habits caught the attention of the media. At the June premiere, cameras caught both of them laughing at the same time, eyes wrinkled and head thrown back. A DNA echo that showed how they were connected, even though Lola was becoming more independent. In these public outings, the father showed that he was slowly getting used to his daughter becoming her own person while still loving her. How? Things changed that made me cry. How Jason felt about it. When Jason had his mental breakdown, it happened out of the blue during what should have been a normal family get-together in late 2023. While Lola was going down the stairs before a big event, Jason saw how her slow change had added up. She was no longer the little girl who used to ride on his shoulders. Now she was a confident 16-year-old girl standing almost at eye level with her tall father. Members of Jason's family took video of him changing his face from casual talk to stunned silence as he looks at his daughter. Just look at how he reacts. His eyes are clearly wet with tears, and when he tries to talk, his voice cracks. This actor, who usually keeps a straight face, showed how deeply it affected him to see his daughter fully develop into a young woman. Jason was amazed not only by Lola's physical growth, but also by how confident and sure of herself she seemed. A change went beyond how she looked. It showed that she had grown intellectually and emotionally, and that she had a unique personality that sometimes matched her father's passion while still being her own. Unlike other turning points in her growth, this one was a psychological turning point for Jason. He realized that his role as her protector was changing just as quickly as she was. In conversations after this emotional reaction, Jason talked about what made him cry. He told her it wasn't just how she looked. It was hearing how well she could explain climate policy better than most adults. It was seeing how she dealt with tough talks with grace. Realizing that she doesn't need me as much as she used to make me feel both very happy and very scared. When Lola went with Jason to the opening of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in late 2023, the change was even more clear. She walked the red carpet with confidence in front of photographers and answered reporters' questions with thought while her father watched from a few steps behind. Clearly adjusting to the fact that his daughter was becoming more well-known, a reporter asked Lola about her plans for the future, which led to a very moving conversation. Before Jason could say something protective, Lola talked about her interests in eco-friendly fashion design and protecting the ocean, which she had developed on her own but were clearly inspired by both of her parents. Jason's face during this conversation showed a complicated mix of pride and longing that parents all over the world could relate to. Jason's reaction was also affected by the truth about Lola's love life. He had joked about this phase for years, but when it finally came, It hit him harder than he thought it would. On the Kelly Clarkson show, Jason was honest and said, "When the first young man came to the house, I found myself becoming this person I didn't recognize. My wife had to tell me to take a deep breath and give people room." Being honest about how hard it was for him to find the right balance between safety and setting healthy limits showed how much he had changed emotionally. Jason's reaction was especially touching because he was ready to talk about this change in public. This gives other parents, especially dads, permission to talk about how hard it is to see their kids grow up. His vulnerability stood in stark contrast to the characters he created for his books. This was a powerful lesson that even people who seem strong all the time are very vulnerable as parents. After Lola's 16th birthday party, Jason shared a touching Instagram post with a bunch of pictures showing how she has changed from a baby to a young woman. Instead of the usual famous parent platitudes, his caption was an honest look at himself. "I promise I will keep trying to get it right, even if I hold on too tight sometimes." This emotional honesty hit home with fans and led to thousands of comments from parents who had similar experiences. People started talking about parenting because of Jason's tears, which showed that even Hollywood's most masculine characters can't escape the intense emotions of being a parent. What times with your kids have made you feel things you didn't expect? In what ways have you dealt with seeing young people in your life change? Feel free to leave your ideas below, and don't forget to subscribe for more touching stories about your favorite celebrities and their families. See you in the next one.